All right, 10/20. That's a double. So, 2021 horror movie recommendations for this Wednesday. Let's get right into it. If you got HBO Max, you want to watch Little Shop of Horrors. Not the original, the remake with Rick Moranis and then the giant plant comes out. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me, Seymour. Right? And Seymour's like, here's a little blood. And then the thing's like, I'm going to sing a song. And you're like, oh, shoot, he's singing a song. I'm going to sing a song about how I'm going to eat you. That's Little Shop of Horrors. Sticking with our plant theme today, if you have Tubi, you want to watch Spring. There's not really any plants involved in this one, but this one's really good. It's made, oh God, I can't remember who it's made by, but the movie follows this guy. He goes over to Italy because his mom dies, and he doesn't have anything for him in America, so he goes over to Italy and he meets this girl and he starts falling in love with this girl, and this girl's like, I cannot let you get close to my Italian body. And he's like, but baby, I love you. She goes, I know I love you, but I cannot let you get close to my Italian body. And like, they get into an argument, they get to a fight, and then like he comes and he's like, I love you. But when he opens the door, she's got tentacles. She sticks a shot in her leg and she's got tentacles. Because apparently she is a undying being, right? She's eternal, and she lives for 27 years, and then she meets a man and gets impregnated by that man and gives birth. But she doesn't just give birth to a baby. She gives birth to her own reincarnated self. And every 27 years when she does this, she turns into a different fucking monster, right? So sometimes she's like a zombie, or sometimes she got like tentacles, or like sometimes she's a mermaid, and sometimes she's a big booger monster, right? So she lives her life normal, but for the like 27 days up until this transformation has to happen, where she has to get pregnant and have her baby self, she transforms into each one of these monsters that she's, or maybe it's more than 27 days because she's been living thousands of years and all this stuff. It's great. It's a great like love romance story, right? It's like a love romance story first, right? And then a little horror movie, right? So it's like this love romance, this guy trying to deal with life after dealing with the loss of his mother, and he falls in love with this girl, and it's their whole relationship thing. Meanwhile, she got fucking tentacles, and she got to stick herself with a needle so she doesn't turn into tentacles, right? And then they try to figure out how they get their love. Anyways, it's Spring on Tubi. If you have Amazon, you want to watch Man Versus, and this is like Bear Grylls horror movie, right? Because there's this dude, he's like, sets up cameras in the woods, and he's like, crikey, I'm out in the woods, I'm gonna drink my own piss or whatever, like Bear Grylls does. But then like a rocket goes overhead and an alien fucking pops out. So instead of just drinking his own piss and making his own fire out of flint and twigs and stuff, he's got to fight an alien creature. Anyways, number one movie you need to watch tonight is on Netflix, and it's Spanish film Veronica. Veronica is the long-lost sister of the Conjuring series, right? So when they released The Conjuring 3 on HBO Max, they had like, you would go on HBO Max and it would be like, oh, the Conjuring series. And it had all the Conjuring movies and all the Annabelles, but left out The Curse of La Llorona, right? They also left out Veronica, right? I'm telling you, this movie, if you sit down and you watch Veronica on Netflix, you're going to be like, okay, when are Ed and Lorraine coming? Like, when are Ed and Lorraine coming? It's about, like, this girl, and, she's doing hood rat shit with her friends. She smoked, like, cigarettes, and she's playing on a fucking Ouija board, and then a demon comes close to her soul body, right? And she starts getting, like, a little possessed or whatever, and the demon's trying to get closer to her so it can get closer to her fucking siblings and shit. right? And she, you know, it's like all the Conjuring movies, there's like dark stuff. There's like a little creepy guy in the corner, and you're like, what is that going on? And, you know, little jump scares here and there, and everything's kind of spooky and creepy and dark. And, you know, she's playing with the Ouija board and all this type of stuff, and then there's like a crazy exorcism at the end where she's got to fight the demon and save her fucking brothers and sisters. And then at the end of the movie, it's like, based on a true story. And you're like, what kind of fucking true story is this? And then they start showing the news articles start popping up, and you're like, whoa. And then, like, you would think, like, the mid-credits scene, they would show to, like, you know, Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra pulling out, you know, a couple boots stepping out, Ed Warren jumping out. I hear there's some demons that need exercising. Get the dumbbells or whatever, you know, Ed and Lorraine Warren do. But yeah, check out Veronica on Netflix, because it's if you like the Conjuring movies, you'll love Veronica, because it's basically a Conjuring movie, right? It's just in Spanish, and it's in Spain, and it's not made by James Wan, and it's not in any way connected to the Conjuring films. But if you found somebody who's never watched any of the Conjuring films, and you're like, you want to watch all the Conjuring universe? And they're like, yes, I'm new to this thing called horror. And you're like, okay, sit down. And you just mixed in Veronica with the rest of them, they'd be like, they wouldn't even notice. They wouldn't even notice, right? You wouldn't notice if I didn't tell you. Anyways, as far as what I'm watching tonight, this was kind of supposed to be Animals Week. But, I mean, not all the movies have animals, right? So I watched Crawl, and that's got like an alligator, and I watched Underwater, and that's got like a Cthulhu monster underwater chasing Kristen Stewart's. And then tonight I'm watching Sweetheart, which is about a girl with a creature from the hole, the creature from the Black Lagoon, basically coming after her. And it's more, and like tomorrow I'm watching 47 Meters Down, and it's basically like Women in Water Week. Women scared of shit in Water Week, because each movie has a woman, and she's in water, and there's something trying to kill her, something trying to scare her. So I'm watching. It's a complicated ass theme. What's the theme of your movies this week? Women that are in water getting scared by Animals Week. It's a nice, beautiful headline. Anyways, to recap, for you, if you have HBO Max, you want to watch the remake Little Shop of Horrors with Feed Me Seymour, Feed Me Seymour. And if you have Tubi, you want to watch the beautiful romantic drama / creature feature horror movie Spring. If you have Amazon, you need to watch the survival horror / alien horror / Bear Grylls Gotta Fight an Alien Instead of Drinking His Own Piss horror movie, Manverse. And if you got Netflix, you gotta watch the long lost sister to the Conjuring movies, Veronica. And it's fucking amazing. And like when you get done, I can't remember the name of it, right? And I have a problem trying to talk and Google shit at the same time. So when the movie gets done, it has like a whole situation at the end that says like what the story is. I highly advise that after you watch the movie, you go read the Wikipedia article and some of the articles that have been written about the true story, because you're like, okay, maybe demons are real. Like the Amityville stuff is whatever, and the Conjuring 3 stuff is whatever, where the dude's like, I was possessed by a devil, you know, and like, you know, some of these things, they're kind of questionable, right? Like I could see it be somebody going crazy, right? The Veronica one, you're like, I think there was Satan in that apartment building. So definitely watch the movie. Definitely do your research after. Until then, come back tomorrow. We got some more movies tomorrow. We got some classics. We got some new classics. We got some old classics. We got some future classics. Yeah, it's gonna be good. This is, you know, we're winding down. We're winding down the last days. It's the end of days, end of times. So get the recommendations in while you can. Watch all these horror movies. Say something to whoever you know on fucking Facebook or Twitter, whatever, to check out these fucking videos. Like, share, subscribe, blah, 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 so on and so forth.